Alright guys, this is Angel Dave. I was talking to the owner of the store and he mentioned he'd be in here today, so I wanted to take the time out and get an interview from him real quick. So Dave, tell me about how long you've been in the hobby.
I've been in the hobby about 20 years.
20 years, that's a long time. And during that 20 years, what has been your favorite fish to keep?
My favorite fish has been the angelfish.
That's probably why they call you Angel Dave, right?
That's right, that's right.
So Dave, tell me, when it comes to keeping angelfish, what's the biggest thing people don't understand or have a hard time with?
Well, a lot of people say that it's a hard fish to keep, and it really isn't. If you keep the water parameters and water change done on the tank, you shouldn't have a problem. The temperature needs to be 75 to 80 degrees. You got to get a heat on the tank, a heater in the tank, and you know, get some live plants in there, and you should be ready to go.
Awesome. Now, when you obviously breed angels, he was saying that a lot of the angels in the store actually are from you. Do you have any tips when it comes to getting angelfish to breed?
Getting angelfish to breed, first of all, you got to get the angelfish to the breeding age, and it's usually about 1 year. And then after that, you want to get your male and female in the tank, and then they should do the rest of the work for you from there. You know, obviously it's going to take a little while until you get the experience and knowing what to do with everything and breeding the angelfish, but that's the beginning and the start of what you need to do.
So do you let the angelfish take care of the fry themselves, or do you strip the eggs out and do it yourself?
The fish are going to tell you what you need to do. You know, sometimes you can get the angelfish to take care of the fry in the tank, and sometimes you can't. It's about 30 to 70% that you have to take. 70% you have to take the angelfish fry out of the tank, and 30% you can get the parents to do all the work for you. You got to be as the aquarist. You got to know what to do. You know, and it takes time.
So how do you know when you have to take the eggs out versus when you should leave them in?
That's a good question. But you know, after a couple spawns, you'll know, and watching the fish, you'll know what you need to do. Usually, I take the eggs out and hatch them out separately. But I do have a couple breeding pairs that I don't have to do nothing with the eggs. You know, they do it all themselves. That's up to you and the fish and what happens. And it's your game. You gotta know what to do.
Makes sense. So when you take the eggs out, how do you care for them afterwards? How do you make sure the fry hatch and the eggs don't rot?
You're gonna have to put some methylene blue in whatever tank or device that you're putting the eggs in, and you have to have air.
Do you leave yours in a tank, or do you use an egg tumbler?
I either put them in the tank. They're usually in a tank. I don't use a tumbler.
Okay, awesome.
But you can use a tumbler, but I don't personally use it.
Right. And you breed bushy-nosed plecos as well, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Right. So what got you into breeding fish to start?
Breeding fish to start. Well, years ago, you always had trouble with the angelfish dying on you. And, you know, at that point in time, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to breed the angelfish. You know, I know I could do it. I had kept them for years before that, and I had success with it. And over time, you know, it's something that you just don't do, and you know, you have awesome results all the time. You know, I do now because I have so many of them. It's easier for me, but the angelfish, yeah, they're pretty good. I like the plecos also, I do.
So if you had to give everybody that keeps a fish tank one piece of advice when keeping fish tanks, what would it be?
One piece of advice: stay persistent. Don't, you know, you have trouble, just keep on working through it, and you'll get results. You'll get results in the end. But you know, if you only have 3 months into having a fish tank and you don't want to work through it a couple, 3 years or something to get good experience with keeping fish, experience always is the best.
I definitely agree. A lot of people give up on their hobby too fast.
That's exactly right.
All right, Dave.
Yep.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. All right, so this will go up on YouTube shortly.
Anytime, Waters Edge #1.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.